there, my name is Caitlin Bandy and this is my channel BandysBooks. And if you're wondering why I have stacks of books on the floor, it's because we're doing a spring clean of my bookshelves. I have too many books. You'll see in a few seconds that I have books literally stacked everywhere. Those are from various hauls that I have done recently, books that have been mailed to me, ARCs, things that I've pulled off the shelf for various videos, and they just haven't been put back. And I'm actually starting to run out of space on my shelves, and Oz tells me I'm not allowed to get any more bookshelves. So that means that I have to figure out how to accommodate the books that I want to keep. So we're going to spring clean these books. I am going to be taking a really hard look at each of them to see what I really want to keep, what I want to get rid of. Luna's going to keep me company while we do it. These are all my standalones here in the living room. In my bedroom, I have my series, and in my kitchen / dining room area, I have all my cookbooks. So I hope you enjoy this. It seems a little bit overwhelming to me right now, honestly. Like, there is a massive amount of books that are already read versus books that I haven't yet read. So I'm trying to figure out a system where I can divide the books that I've read and loved and want to keep, and then the books that I still need to read, but I'm not sure how yet. So here we go. Wish me luck. We have pulled all of my standalones off of their shelves. Oh, I actually just realized I forgot some way up in the corners. I'll have to get Oz to get those down because I can't quite reach them. But these are all my standalones here, at least my hardback standalones. I do have a whole entire book cart full of paperbacks that I need to sort through as well. But I'm just gonna start with the hardcovers and then I'll deal with the paperbacks after that. It'd be a little too overwhelming to try to do both at the same time. So, I am going to be inventorying these books while I am organizing them. I want to get rid of a decent chunk of books because I have, as you can see, way too many books. They're starting to take over the house. Pretty soon we're going to be able to literally build a house out of books. So I'm going to be looking at books, and if they've been on my shelf for more than a year and have not been read, they're going to go into a specific section and they're going to basically be put on TBR one time. And if they don't get read off of that one time, then they go bye and find a new home. And yeah, hopefully it'll help me move some of these books off. Good morning, it's day 2 of my bookshelf clean out for my hardcover standalones. As you can see, last night I finished pulling all the books off of the shelf. So today I am going to be going through each one and deciding what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to go ahead and let go of. Anything that I let go of will be either donated to local little free libraries, to my mom's little free library, or to my local libraries for resale so that they can earn some profit to keep the libraries funded here. And yeah, so this is kind of an overwhelming task. I'm trying to do this bit by bit. Obviously, like I said, these are my hardcovers. And then I have an entire cart full of paperbacks over there that I haven't even touched yet. So we're just gonna work on getting through the hardcovers today, and then the paperbacks will be the next big project. And then I have my series in my bedroom and my cookbooks in my kitchen to go through as well. So quite the adventure. me organize the shelves. We got rid of roughly about 100 books in my total like unhaul and sorting. So you can see the majority of the books I'm getting rid of are stacked over here or over here. So we have a couple pretty big stacks there. So these are books that I'm either gonna put on Pingo Books or that I have set aside to go to like little free libraries, things like that. And then I have a box of more books that are going over here. And these are the ones that I set aside for my mom for her little free library. So that's specifically my mom's box. And then I have my paperback cart. So I have a rule that I'm not allowed to keep paperbacks. A lot of these I've been sent by publishers or I found in little free libraries. I very rarely ever purchase a paperback. The only exception to that rule is if it's like a book that is only printed in paperback and not in hardback. But so for the most part, these are free books, and I will read them. And then when I'm finished reading them, I will donate them to a little free library, pass them on to other people that are interested. And it is double-sided. So I have all of my like monochrome colors on this side and all my rainbow colors on this side. So I'm slowly working my way through all of the books on here to get rid of them. And then we're gonna go, I guess, in reverse rainbow color. I have all my black, gray, and white books. How I pick the books that I face forward is just that I pick the books that I think are the prettiest or books that I really loved. So like in this case, on this particular shelf, I've read about half of these books. So I've read all of these books here and loved them. I've read Listen World. I've read On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous and Gentlemen in Moscow. I've read Small Angels and Four Winds, White Horse, and then that's it. And the rest I haven't read, but I like the cover, so I put it up. Yeah, and you know, I try to like kind of match, even like within the black colors, like this one has a lot of black brown, so I tried to match those books together. And then this one is like more stark covers, so I tried to kind of like line those up together. And then this one is like more colorful, you know? So it kind of, I try to make it cohesive. And then we have my little reading nook. I have my comfy chair. This reclines. So often when I want to read, I'll recline in this. Luna will jump up in my lap and fall asleep while I sit there with a book. And it's nice because during the day I can open up the blinds and get some sunlight and everything and have my plants, and it makes me all happy. Actually, I know this is not book related, but something I'm like super excited about. So I have this orchid plant here, and for the first time ever, it's reblooming. I have never successfully had a orchid plant rebloom, so I'm like just thrilled to death over that right now. So that's like the highlight of my whole bookshelf. But I have, you know, this guy that's doing really well. I have a couple little cactuses here, and I have some more cactuses up there. So like I just enjoy having my little reading nook with my flowers and my view and everything. And then up top, you can see that we have two alcoves. So in the two alcoves, I put all of my books that are really bright and colorful that don't necessarily have an easy spot to put them on my regular bookshelves. So typically I organize my bookshelves by color, and if you look at all of those books, they're multiple colors. So that's why I put those ones up in the alcove, because there's just nowhere I could really fit them. And then here, same sort of deal. We're going with rainbow colors. So obviously it fades from red into orange. I've got a little bit of yellow, a little bit of green, a hell of a lot of blue. And then we get into purples, pinks, and then browns, metallic colors, and then we start with the black, and then it kind of fades over to my monochromatic shelf over there. So I know that this is not necessarily the most practical way to organize books. If you hear noise, it's because Luna is over here playing with a toy. She loves to do that while I'm trying to record videos. So I know this is not the most practical organization. I know that perhaps like organizing alphabetically by title or by author would be easier to find books for most people, but I have a really good memory. If you were to ask me basically any book that I have where it's at, I would be able to find it relatively easy. I love having shelves that look really nice. I know that some people find it really superficial to have like brightly colored shelves organized in this way, but for me, I think I have always wanted to have a little library for myself in my house. Like it's like literally a dream someday to have at least one room in my house with like floor to ceiling shelves and a rolling library ladder and like an actual library. So for now, I have this apartment and not enough space to have that library of my dreams. I just make my shelves look really pretty. And I enjoy my reading area. I have Luna's bed close by to me so she can, you know, sit by my feet or sit in my lap if she wants. And it makes me really happy. I love looking at my beautiful bookshelves every day. And I love passing them and thinking about the things I'm going to read and, you know, what books I'm going to switch in and out. And it brings me a lot of joy. So, you know, maybe it's superficial to organize my books this way. Maybe it's not the most methodic method, but it makes me happy. And so I'm going to stick with it. Now let's go take a look at the series. So I know that the lighting in here is kind of terrible. Unfortunately, we struggle constantly with the lighting in my bedroom. But this is my series section. So on the bottom, I have almost completed series where I have like 2 books out of 3, either because only 2 of the 3 books are published or because I've only collected a couple of the whole series so far. My favorites are probably this Black Sun series. I'm waiting for the 3rd book to come out. And I have the Henna Artist series. I need to pick up the 3rd book. And over here, I have a Venom Dark and Sweet, and I'm butchering the titles, but yeah, Venom Dark and Sweet and A Magic Steeped in Poison. This series is really beautiful, so I love those books. And I have the Scholomance series by Naomi Novik. I have book 1 and book 2. I still need to pick up book 3, but one of my favorite series as well. And then on the shelf above, I have a continuation. Another really great series that I have here, it's actually a duology, so it's completed, is the Forging of Age duology by Tatiana Obey. So yeah, lots of little duologies up here. So in this case, actually these are completed. So completed duologies, trilogy, duology. And then over here, we have a continuation of my incomplete series. Sitting down here in her bed, don't mind that's a little messy. This is her bed beside our bed. And then we have books for series that are incomplete. So I have these ones in rainbow order again. This is where I only have like a single book in the series, but it's a series that I'd like to collect more books for eventually. Or I'm trying like one book in the series, like this one, for example, The Gilded Wolves. I haven't tried this series at all yet, so I'm going to read one book, see if I like it, and if I do, I'll pick up for future books. And then down here, I have my favorite series in Spanish, which is El Cementerio de los Libros Olvidados, or The Cemetery of the Forgotten Books in English. Excellent series, whether you read it in English or you read whether you read it in Spanish or you read the translated English. So this is where I keep my active TBR. So every month I pick out about 20 to 30 books that I would like to read during the month. So this is my women's history TBR. I also have books for March of the Mammoths and Middle Grade March, as well as Irish authors for the Irish Readathon. And I love organizing it this way because I'm like, as I'm laying here in bed, I can just reach up and pull a book down. And then whatever book I have to the side is the book that I'm planning on reading at the moment, like actively. So right now I'm just starting The Wilder Woman. And as I finish a book, I'll reshelve it back here. And then at the end of the month, when I need to do my like end of the month wrap up, I can pull everything off very easily and then switch out the books for my next TBR. So this was how I organize my books. I hope that everyone found it interesting. I, probably reorganize them at least once a month just because I get so many books that come in. I, finish a TBR, change things out. So it's always changing and always evolving. But that makes it fun for me. It's nice getting to see, the presentation change, and like, it's just a joy. It brings me a lot of joy in my life, and hopefully maybe it brought you a little bit of joy to see, how it functions here. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up and comment down below and tell me how you organize your books at home. Do you do them by color, alphabetically, size, whatever you can think of? And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the notification bell, and that way you'll never miss a video, and we'll make sure we see each other again soon. Thanks for joining. Bye.